Your cybersecurity resume is one of the few ways in which you have 100% control of during the job interview process when looking for cybersecurity jobs. So it's so important for you to have an optimized resume in order to increase your chances to land your first job in cybersecurity. But when I look at beginner level resumes, I see so many mistakes that you should avoid in order to not hinder your chances to land your first job in cybersecurity, because it's already hard enough. So in this video, I'll be going over 7 common mistakes that I see beginners make on their cybersecurity resume. Now, these mistakes are not listed in any particular order, but at number 1, we have one of the most common ones, and that's going to be having a multiple page resume when you're just an entry-level professional. When it comes to having a multiple page resume, most of the time people have years and years of experience, and they're probably within senior leadership teams. So that's when they have to have multiple pages for their resume. But if you're someone who is just beginning their career in cybersecurity, it's going to be really important for you to keep it within 1 page to show that you have professional presentation, so you're keeping it concise and clean on 1 page. To also make sure that your recruiter is able to read your entire resume within a concise period of time. And also, a shorter resume makes it easier for people like recruiters who are looking over resumes, and especially for entry-level jobs, they probably don't want to see multiple page resumes. Also, having a 1-page resume shows that you respect their time, and also it shows that you optimize your resume and made it concise in order to fit with the job application. So mistake number 2 on the list is going to be having unnecessary information on the top of your resume. So these are some simple mistakes, like for example, on a resume you might include your email address, and that leads me into mistake number 2, which is going to be having an unprofessional email address listed on your resume. A lot of times people have created their emails from a long time ago, and sometimes it's unprofessional with maybe nicknames or inappropriate words. So make sure when you're listing your email on your resume, you have a professional looking email, and if you have to, go ahead and create a new email to make sure your resume is looking professional. Mistake number 3 is avoid putting your actual home address on your resume. The main point of resumes is to showcase your professional experience and your qualifications for the job, and adding your home address could lead to easily avoidable bias when it comes to the job application process. So the only thing you really have to do is maybe include your city and your state in which you live in, and that'll be enough for your resume. Mistake number 4 is not tailoring your resume to the job application. A lot of times people are just submitting their resume to a bunch of different job applications that have different sort of requirements for each of these roles, and that's not going to be ideal for someone who is looking to land their first job. One of the main things that you need to be considering is the job description and what kind of words and terminology they're using within these job requirements. If you identify certain tasks or requirements that you have these qualifications, you need to be sure you're including them on your resume, because a lot of times these companies are using applicant tracking systems, and they're looking out for these keywords found on your resume that match up with the ones in the job description. Now, I'm not saying go back to your resume and edit your resume every single time you apply to a new job. The main idea is that you have your resume ready for different types of job applications. So for example, if you're applying to a SOC analyst role, maybe you have some keywords on that resume that aligns with a SOC analyst role. If you're applying for a red team role or a threat intelligence role, these might require different types of keywords, skills, and tools that you might want to list on your resume. So moving on to the next mistake, this one is going to be overly complex design of the resume. When it comes to your resume, you want to make it as easy as possible for the recruiter and the applicant tracking system to understand what kind of experience you have and easily digest the information on your resume. When you have a complex design and you have different colors and fonts and things of that nature, it will definitely be harder for the recruiter and the software to go through your resume and digest that information. So when it comes to resumes, you want to keep it as boring and simple and clean as possible. So maybe 2 different fonts at most, and also make sure to use different headlines and bolding to make it easier to read, and that's pretty much going to be it. The next common mistake that I see on beginner resumes is actually one of the easiest things that you can avoid doing, and this is going to be poor grammar and spelling. There's so many different ways in which you can make sure your resume doesn't contain any poor spelling or grammar. You can put it through ChatGPT and ask it if it has any grammatical or spelling mistakes. You can have your friends or family review your resume to make sure there's nothing wrong. There's so many ways to avoid these things, so make sure you guys are doing your due diligence, because it might look unprofessional or you might look unprepared when you have these sort of mistakes on your resume when these recruiters and these ATS systems are taking a look at your resume. Also, when it comes to formatting your resume, make sure you have a consistent font throughout the entire thing. Make sure you have consistent font sizes. make sure it looks good and uniform and professional. And last but not least, one of the most common mistakes that I see beginners do on their resume is falsifying experience or exaggerating experience. This is one of the biggest mistakes that you want to avoid when it comes to applying for jobs, because when it comes to a job interview, they might ask you about it, and at that point you probably won't be able to back up exactly what you have on your resume, and that just shows that you've been lying or exaggerating blatantly to the employer, and that's not what they want to see. So make sure when you're listing your experiences and your achievements within these bullet points, make sure you're being honest. Obviously you want to include numbers to make yourself look good and your performance look good, but make sure you're not exaggerating anything or blatantly lying on your resume. So overall, those are going to be some of the most common beginner mistakes on resumes that I see. So if you're able to adjust and optimize your resume in this fashion, you're going to be just okay when applying for full-time jobs or internships in cybersecurity. If you're someone who is in the process of creating their first resume or redoing your resume, I've actually created a resume template that I use myself in order to land my internships and my full-time jobs, and I'll leave a link to it in the video description below, so make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. It's a resume template that you can easily use and edit for yourself and add your own information on there, but it has the general structure of what you want to follow in order to optimize your resume and optimize your chances of landing an opportunity in cybersecurity. So with that being said though guys, I hope you found this video insightful and helpful. If you did, go ahead and drop me a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at cyberwithben for more short form content and lifestyle content. With that being said though guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.